All right, we are live. Everybody can go and retweet it if you feel if you want to. You don't have to.
Retweet at your own risk.
What is it? The omelet. I want an omelet.
Arnold
Oh
Palmer.
my God. You are not ready for tonight's show.
The omelet.
Is that the omelet parlor?
That's going to be my teaser.
Nice.
All right, let's do this. What is up, everybody? Welcome into the DNBA live show presented by Illegal Pete's. Kendra, let's hear your best air horn.
Much better than Dev.
Thank you.
I'm your host, Adam Mata. I'm joined as always by Eric. You know him as D-Line Co.
Hey,
That was great energy, actually, Eric. That was really good. Also, wearing Smile High City Frauds shirt. It's Brennan Vogt.
What's cracking, friends? How we doing?
We're freezing. I'm actually wrapped up in my daughter's blanket right now as we do this. You can't really quite see that.
Does snow matter in a quarantine?
TMI, Adam. TMI.
That's my question of the day.
I didn't mean to get so personal here, guys. Harrison Wind also joining the show.
What's going on?
I think Harrison's going to last like 5 minutes before his internet just craps completely out.
I'll take the under, actually. Yeah.
You know what my favorite development of the quarantine is people's self-worth is connected very deeply to their internet connection. Like I feel personally bad about my internet. And we're all cutting Wind down for his internet connection, and duly so. Like I think less of him now.
I do too.
Do I sound okay? Because I could work on it if I sound like unbearable.
How are you going to work on it? Do you have tools?
You sound great. You look terrible. You just look awful.
Get up on the roof and see if you can.
Sounding good's the important part here.
Yeah, you're never going to look good. All right, and then of course you can see her classing up the joint from the Athletic. It's Kendra Andrews. Kendra, what's happening?
Hello. I'm on brand. I had to represent.
Oh, I didn't even see.
You know.
That's
You
a beautiful
actually
hoodie.
have to pay us for that. That's an ad read.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll collect afterwards. So welcome into this zoo, whatever this thing is. We have a really fun show today. We're going to talk about Kendra is a rookie in the NBA coverage business. This was her first year. Also her first year in Colorado. We're going to talk about that. Jalen Green, an NBA, the top NBA prospect, is going to skip NCAA and go straight into the NBA's G League. That's kind of an interesting development. We're going to talk about that, how it might change the league.
I'm going to do that too, by the way.
What's that?
I think I'm going to do that too.
You're going to just skip NCAA?
Yeah, I think I'm just going to skip college. I've thought about it a lot. I'm going to go right to the G League.
But what about your fundamentals? You got to learn your fundamentals.
No, I'm ready for the big boys.
There probably won't even be a college or G League, so maybe this doesn't matter. Really.
It's much ado about nothing.
Yeah, it's much ado about nothing. All right, well, let's start off, Kendra, because you're from let me see how well I paid attention all year. I think I did very well. Went to Gonzaga, grew up in the Bay, and then moved to Colorado now to cover the Nuggets. So first question is, what was your impression of Colorado now that you've lived here for 1 year?
So when I knew, before I even got to Colorado, but when I knew I was coming here, I followed my coworker Nick on Instagram. And I think it was probably right around this time of year, maybe like a couple weeks further into May. And he posted a story on his Instagram of it snowing in like early May. And I literally messaged him, where am I? What did I decide to do? Like, where am I moving? And then, almost a year later, here we are, and it's snowing outside. It was 70 degrees like 2 days ago. So that's been my experience of that's been my takeaway of Colorado.
Yeah.
That's just fact.
It's a way of life now that I'm still trying to accept, but it's fine. No, but I really like it out here.
if it makes you feel better, we're not really accepting today's weather either. I also feel very oppressed by this.
We reject this reality.
Well, it's like bad enough to be quarantined. I mean, it's add another level to be quarantined when it's literally snowing outside.
Part of me is happier to be quarantined when it's snowing.
I agree.
Okay, I don't feel bad about wrapping up in a blanket, watching Netflix, like not changing out of my sweatpants. Whereas when it's, really nice out, I'm like, why am I not in a pool or something like that right now?
How many days have you worn sweatpants since the quarantine began? Because I'm at like 25 out of.
I mean, how long has the quarantine been? 20 something? That's how many days I've worn sweatpants in a row.
I have not.
I made the leap. I was pure sweatpants all the time, and then I felt the weight of the sweatpants. Like they started to drag me down. So now I'm a house shorts guy. I've been wearing house shorts.
Is that such a thing? I always wear shorts at home. Is that unusual?
Well, I don't know. I've declared them as house shorts. I don't know. Before.
I just thought shorts were a comfortable thing you wear around the house.
Well, what are house shorts though? Are they
over sweat?
Are they gym shorts or are they like going out shorts?
I've transitioned. You can dress them up or dress them down. I've worn them outside as a dressier short, but I would say that they're fashion shorts.
Okay, I still have no idea what you're talking about. Absolutely none.
I have a theory though. This is a very scientific theory. It seems like it never snows. It snows like once in November, once in December, once in January, twice in February, 3 times in March, and like 10 times in April. I have a theory that winter is actually March, April, and May.
It's sliding back.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if those exact numbers are accurate.
I did research. I did a lot of research on it.
I'm with you. March always seems to be like the snowiest month. March and then a little bit in April. I'm with you there.
It's not a little bit in April. It's like it's been like 10 times these last 2 weeks.
I've found, I don't want to speak for Colorado because it's a big state, but Denver, you guys are a little soft with the snow. It doesn't snow that much. It's one of the sunniest cities in the country. The snow melts immediately. I'm from the Northeast. Like I was born in that darkness. This is considerably better.
Maybe time counts different in Denver, as Nemanja tells us. All right, so what about this, Kendra? What did you think about the Denver Nuggets? First of all, what did you know about the Denver Nuggets? Like how well versed were you in the Denver Nuggets team, history, culture, everything?
Very non-versed at all.
Well said.
Very non-versed.
I'm good with words, I think my only memory of the Nuggets. So I grew up in Oakland. So I was raised a Warriors fan, and I think it was 2012, 13 that the Nuggets and the Warriors met each other in the first round of the playoffs, and I was at that game.
Yeah.
And then the next year is when the Warriors got Andre Iguodala. And so every day during the summer, my cousin would text me and my sister 2 words, Andre Iguodala. That's all he'd send every single day because that was the first bigger name player to come to the Warriors. So that was so when I was Nuggets, oh yeah, I have that memory of the Nuggets. It was right around
the worst memory of the Nuggets you can.
Yeah, that was the 2-year downturn.
I know. It's hey, do you know my parents? You're yeah, I think I beat them up.
Yeah,
I used to bully him in college.
Yeah.
That's literally it. It was right before the playoffs, and then I was oh, I should probably start watching them and stuff like that because.
Oh yeah.
Well, the Nuggets are actually responsible for catapulting the Warriors into their dynasty.
Yeah.
Without the Warriors being the Nuggets, I don't think the Warriors would be the Warriors. So
you're welcome.
Probably true.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't know, man. They were pretty good. They're pretty talented. I love when people say this. This is the type of thing Nuggets fans say to feel good about themselves. It was actually us getting our ass kicked that made the Warriors.
I was completely joking.
Hold on. That's not true.
People say it,
I don't feel but Nuggets fans don't ever feel good about themselves. I don't think that's
a great point.
Good, strong counter.
Very, very good. You win this one, Eric. No, it's kind of. I wonder if it's probably nice coming in with no expectations. We talked to our colleague at the Denver Post, Mike Singer, and he says the exact same thing. When it was the job he applied for, he got here, and he's yeah, okay, this team is something, whatever, we'll find out.
Right.
But was pleasantly surprised. Did you enjoy your first year covering the Denver Nuggets?
I did. It was a really crazy year in terms of like, I was thinking back on this a couple weeks ago, just like how much has happened in one season. Like the season started with an earthquake in Las Vegas.
Oh my God, you're right.
I forgot about that. That's like a decade ago.
Playoffs should be happening. And like within that span of 9 months, you have like the whole China debacle.
Yeah.
David Stern died. Kobe Bryant, like all this stuff. So it's very.
Since you arrived, it's just been one bad thing after the other.
I'm sorry.
I don't mean this to sound in poor taste, but like, who had money on Kobe Bryant's passing being the second craziest thing to happen in the season? Like, I mean, it's just
that would be it.
Yeah, surreal, man.
This has been
a generous gambler, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Nikola Jokic was like kind of terrible?
Oh, I know. I've been thinking about this a lot.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Think about how much we would love just to like get down to the playoffs right now, just because it means we would have a playoffs. Like right now, I'm like, what do I really hope for? The Nuggets getting swept? Oh, I would take that in a heartbeat. Let's do it. That's 4 games I get to watch.
Yeah.
I still don't want that.
You would rather just no Nuggets basketball than a Nuggets.
I don't need another blight on my psyche. I think like I'm fine just being able to say like, this is gonna be our year. We had this.
The most Nuggets things ever. Wouldn't it be like the most Nuggets thing ever if they come back to the season with a condensed version of the playoffs, and then the Nuggets end up winning, but they'll always have that asterisk next.
Oh yeah,
and no fans, no fans in the building.
We wouldn't even have a parade.
Yeah, not having a parade part is the ultimate, because we've always talked about if they won, how many people would show up? Could you get 1 million? Whatever.
It's a great bailout. It's a great bailout for Nuggets fans.
It's a good excuse.
Hey, we would have been as big as Toronto. They just wouldn't let us.
You know what the truth is, though, man? If the Nuggets won this like extreme asterisk, nobody believes in a championship, I would still count it. I might even get a tattoo, like right here.
Yeah,
baby. Fraud City would have a whole new meaning. It'd be great.
Yeah,
a lot more shirts.
Do any of you still think the season might come back? Do any of you like have significant hope?
I have hope. It actually seems like there's oddly some positive thinking right now, like compared to where we were a week ago.
Bar is low.
Get that sentence out is exactly that's all you need to know about the optimism.
Yeah,
I was feeling like really positive because I felt like the numbers were in our favor, but then today we got a very high profile bit of news with Von Miller, and then so set back to 0.
You could just deploy logic and understand that his profile is no statistical significance to what's happening.
No, but it gets you like you weren't hearing about like new cases. Things were like sort of like ramping down, and
sure.
It just reminds you of like where we are.
Yeah. Let's move on to this other news though, because Jalen Green, who's a player I hadn't even heard of, I don't get that far. I don't even get into the draft till a month before draft time, but definitely don't get into high school basketball. It's a whole other can of worms. But Jalen Green, apparently the top, either the number 1 or number 2 recruit in the country, depending on who you ask, just announced today that he will be skipping college and going straight into the NBA G League. The NBA G League, by the way, has sort of revamped, I think in the wake of Lonzo's brother, what's his name, LaMelo, going to the NBL. Rather than going to the G League, he went down to Australia to be in the NBL. The NBA has kind of come up with this new track. You could pay a lot more money, $500,000 for this Jalen Green guy. I'm going to get a college scholarship so he can still attend college should he want to. And then they've changed it so he's not going to go to Sioux Falls. It sounds like he's going to go to North Carolina, not going to have to live in some tiny podunk town in Maine or North Dakota or anything like that. And it works. So the NBA changed their process, and now a top recruit has decided to go to the G League. I'll start with you, Harrison. What do you make of this development?
Well, I think it's the future, and it's funny because we've been hearing about the one and done rule potentially coming back. If that was going to come back in 2021, 2022, like this is kind of the precursor, or maybe just instead of the one and done rule. This is for the top high school prospects can pretty much go to the league without actually going to the league. So I feel like it's a substitute for the one and done rule, right?
What do you think, Kendra?
I mean, I agree with Harrison. I think any guy who was planning on just going to college to do the one and done is now going to turn to this new path. And I mean, I think it's a huge blow to college basketball. Like, I think college basketball, like, it'll still be good, but I mean, you're not going to have the guys who are going to, the lottery pick of the draft probably won't be in college. But I mean, like, good for them too. At the same time, start your career, make some money, go for it.
I wonder, I have no idea the answer to this, but is $500,000 more or less than a college top prospect would usually make?
I think it's actually a little more.
Under the table?
Oh, right.
Well,
So
yeah.
300,000 would be good.
Right.
Yeah. I've heard,
True.
300 sounds about right for some high-profile guys.
Yeah,
based
but
off
it's probably going to feel
unconnected.
better to make it legally, though, than to make it illegally. But then I guess you probably have to pay taxes on it legally, so maybe you're not getting as much.
Always a drawback. Always a drawback.
I wonder, too,
Yeah.
if this comes all the way around. Maybe more guys start going to Europe as well, too. Like, if I'm a prospect and the top prospects are going to the G League, I'm inclined to do that. But if my competition in college and the profile of the NCAA is continuing to lower, even if I don't like the G League plan, like, maybe I just go play in Europe for a year or two.
Yeah. But I think like Adam was saying, the NBA is trying to do this so they can keep their guys locally.
They want that to be the case, yeah.
So they don't go to the Europe, so they don't go to Australia, so they have their hands on them and just kind of have them in the system earlier.
When did they? Does anyone know? Is this Los Angeles team? They've created this out of thin air. Is this like a new team?
Oh,
yeah,
you're talking about the G-
It's not going to be affiliated. It's not going to be affiliated with any team. It's going to be kind of a standalone team.
Like
they're
a
going to
G
play
League star.
Yeah, they're going to play other G League teams and then other national teams and international academy teams. So it's not going to be like an affiliate team on a regular G League schedule.
Not going to have to play Jack Cooley in like Maine or anything like that, because that would be a drag. Jack Cooley's a grown, like, enormous guy. It's not that he's talented; he's just he'll destroy some 18-year-old.
How big of a home run though is this for these kids on this LA team? I mean, they're going to be making $500K living in like Manhattan Beach year
selling
round.
autographs, and can't tell them to do anything.
Just absolutely living it up. It's an absolute home run for these kids, man. Absolute home run.
A long time coming too. I mean, I can't believe the NBA's waited this long to sort of promote and whatever this organized media push is with some of the broadcasting partners. Like, why now? The G League's just been sitting there for.
But I also think that part of it also because I mean, you just see now with like the NCAA now letting people profit off of their image and names and So I think, like, I wonder, okay, is it? Well, the NCAA is making a push to be like, oh no, like, come to us, like, you'll still get money this way. And then the NBA is like, no, but now more people are going to be going to NCAA when they could be going right here. And like, I don't know.
I also thought maybe the league is feeling a little uneasy if they can get the one and done thing through. So this is kind of the alternative.
Right.
Do you feel like we're going to have like an influx of like teenage monsters coming into the league though that have been like given $500,000 living in Manhattan Beach? No one's been able to tell them anything since they were 14 years old.
See, I actually think the opposite. I think if you're a big man on campus at Duke or Florida or one of these, like, that's where you get to, that's special. If you're in the G League, you're still in the minor leagues. You're still not quite made. I mean, people aren't going to be buying G League jerseys of Jalen Green. Like, he's still. I don't know. What's that? Well, so I think it's actually a much less experience. That would be my guess, but it's more focused. Like, you get to work with NBA training staffs and NBA scouts and everything else. I'm also curious to see this Jalen Green guy. Is he going to get picked apart because so many eyeballs are on him, or is it he gets set apart because everybody's scouting him and they're like, oh yeah, my guy who I know in the G League just loves this dude? I'm curious about that.
And some smart college guys have made the point that the average basketball fan is drastically underestimating the level of difficulty and talent in the G League. And if you're a top 1 or 2 recruit, this option's on the table. But those guys might not go in there and average 20 points right away. A lot of them could get pushed around a lot more than we're expecting.
Totally. Somebody tweeted this out the other day, but the last place team in the G League last year had like the Big 12 Player of the Year from the year before,
Right.
an all ACC guy, an all Big 10 guy. Like these are still the elite college players who are filling the G League. So there's a lot of talent there.
It'll be interesting. It's kind of the perfect storm. I don't know if this would have happened if things weren't so up in flux right now. I mean, this is a way this guy can, I think, guarantee himself $500,000. We don't know if there'll be a college season or if there is a college season, but nobody's allowed in arenas. That's not, Cameron Indoor Stadium, it probably loses a lot of charm when it's just an empty stadium. So I think this was a perfect sort of storm, but maybe it turns out to be the thing that pushes it over the edge. Eric, can you queue up now the tabs? And
Yep.
The only thing we have left is today Vlatko Chanchar wrote a letter or a story on nuggets.com, and he shared some interesting things. Chief among the details that I think are interesting, apparently he's been trying to grow a beard but cannot. 2014, still no beard.
I can relate.
I was just gonna say, let's look to Brent. Let's look to the upper right here.
I could see Voden Vlatko having some distant cousin or like distant relative.
Huh? We're boys, man. Just wait. I'm on the Vlatko beat. I'm on the Vlatko beat. I get a nice goatee, but it doesn't connect to my sideburns, and it's really sad.
Ooh. So
Nice
Roxy,
is
this
a
is
stretch.
This is the longest my beard has ever been. I'm a little disappointed by it, but in this company, I feel great.
Yeah, it's not bad. I would say that's an average beard.
Kendra, how's your beard coming in?
I'm really struggling, you guys. I'm like, it's not great.
Are beards a thumbs up or a thumbs down to you, Kendra?
Depends on the face.
Okay.
If they've got something to hide, then I'm pro
It
beard.
depends on the guy.
Why don't you just take a sample of the current call here?
Hey, clean shaven.
She's like, definitely beard.
I did a goatee and my wife hated it. Like,
I kind of hated it too.
Yeah.
I have to say, your wife was all of us. Your
Yeah,
wife
we
was all
started
of us.
a new Slack channel about that, actually.
you guys-
We called it Adam. No,
I wouldn't mind being able to do like a nice big beard, but that's not in the cards for me. It's also
It's just
great.
not on the table.
It's also great. All right, Eric. So now we're gonna go as we always do. We're gonna check out some of the best things we saw around the web. Do you have the Carmelo Anthony pulled up?
I do have the Carmelo and audio shared and everything.
Oh my goodness! Please play this. This is something that ran in 2010. Make it the middle button there on the bottom right. So we can figure it.
Every millennia or so, a person comes along with the power to unite the world. This year, that person is Carmelo Anthony. He's dominating. This season is a testament to human potential. But while he's gotten himself here, he can't do it alone. Well, maybe he can, but he'll also have us, Melo's people of Utah. We're proud to support this.
Wait,
From our hearts.
was this a free agency pitch?
No.
It's just a rogue patch of Utah Mellow fans.
What did I just play?
The 2010 playoffs. Somebody, a bunch of fans in Utah, Carmelo Anthony made a Carmelo Anthony tribute commercial. That
And
was
they
it.
paid to get it on. Was that on ESPN?
I don't know where it was, but it aired on TV in Salt Lake City. How
Oh,
great is
man.
that?
They had to pay for that to go on air.
I would say that was not great. I would define that as not great.
I think it was incredible. Can you imagine if like the Nuggets played any team, but we could even say like, I don't know, the Mavericks, and it was like Luka Doncic's people of Denver. Like, what the hell is this?
I know. What a weird player, man. Like, what a weird take from the Jazz fans.
I feel very uncomfortable having watched that. I don't really know what.
What's next? You want to talk about uncomfortable? Let's check out this next one.
I don't know.
All right, ready?
Yes.
Oh, stop playing 30 minutes of you, Eric. Terrible internet, not working.
Oh, it's not working.
It's only, well, it's kind of choppy. It's kind of
All
choppy.
right, let me try. I'll try again. Let me try again. Don't let this be a
One
blind
more
again.
shot, or else you're out of here, Eric.
Please, come on. Please. I need Harrison's tools to fix this. All right, hold ready.
This is the creepiest thing I've ever
Oh,
seen.
there we go. There we go. There we go.
Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. Oh god.
This is actually a
Oh, what a
deleted
move.
scene from Get Out.
Oh god. Oh,
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
Wow.
Coach
So,
Bowen.
I saw him tweet that, and he said his daughter made him do it. Which, not only am I'm already excited for teenage daughters of Adam making him do dumb stuff, but I have to ask, Adam, is there anything already embarrassing that you've done for your daughters? What's the worst thing you've done?
Oh man, I don't know.
They're too young to be
They're
like.
too young to really embarrass
They're
me.
just
Today-
cute, right?
Today, they are cute. Today they were playing Savages and what was the other one? Yodelers. Savages and Yodelers.
That must have been a great
Haven't heard of that
quarantine
one.
game.
classic.
It's like they two words they don't actually know what it means. They've heard them, so they're just like, all right, we're the Savages and we're looking for Yodelers. Like so. So I guess I played a little
Wow.
Savages and Yodelers today. I
Is
guess
that could be the sound of music, though, right? That's what they were redoing.
I don't think they
This
understand
happens to
even
be
that much of it.
I'm going to make a DNBA show game called Saddlers and Yodelers. I got to brainstorm on this for 48.
They weren't sure if it was scavengers or savages, so they were kind of saying like a back and forth, kind of a combination of both, but one or the other.
Well, if you talk about it, like the scavenger is the natural counterpoint of the yodeler, so that makes more sense.
Let's take a look at if this video will play. I
Don't put that evil on me, all right? It's going to work. Ready?
because it's one of the best videos I've ever seen. Do you guys see this?
Was that a hungry hippo?
Oh my god.
But you have to like pop as many balloons as you can in 1 minute using an entire team.
Do you remember that show like Next, that dating show Next, or like the Fifth Wheel dating show?
Yeah.
Incredible.
This is a game that was played on one of those shows.
Really?
Dude, this is like a rear end based Pac-Man. Look at this.
Rear end based pack.
Day 30 of quarantine.
This is a suitable replacement for sports and
It's what it
competition.
is. All right, so what we're gonna do now is Kendra, you're gonna try to pop as many balloons. No, I'm just kidding. that would be great. Maybe that's on the next episode of it. Okay, we're gonna move on to one of my favorite games. This is a great way to really get to know Kendra and how terrible she is. We're going to play overrated or underrated.
Okay.
You just have to. It's very simple. You have to tell us if this thing is overrated or underrated. Number one, the mountains.
Ooh, this is a.
We will judge you if you're wrong. Which way are you going?
Overrated.
Overrated.
Oh,
We should boot her. Yeah,
Overrated. How so? I gotta hear this.
I'm not a mountain person. You guys, I went on a hike a couple weeks ago. I got lost like on the hike. I'm not even joking you. A cowboy rides up on a horse and is like, "Are you lost?" Yes, I am. And he's like, "Oh, just go down. Here's my business card. I teach horseback riding lessons and I also do photography. So I'll take great pictures." And I'm like,
I'm
This
sorry.
is
That's
wow.
overrated.
This
That sounds
like the start
awesome.
of a. It sounds like the start of a romance novel.
Yeah,
That's what I was gonna say. It sounds more a rom-com. Like the
that's how I
story.
met my ex.
Well, I guess that explains this next one.
King.
I guess we can just go ahead and mosey on to this next the next one. Spiked seltzer.
"Sir, ooh,
Don't go breaking Eric's heart.
It's already rated very high. Keep
overrated."
that in mind.
Yeah,
Overrated?
It is overrated.
This is a
I mean,
crazy thing.
it's rated so high already. Like,
Yeah. Okay, first off, I love like sparkling water, but I'm already not a fan of flavored sparkling water.
Okay.
And you add, and then you just have to drink. So I think like at least Brendan, I think we had this conversation at a training camp. You have to drink so many of them to
Do you
feel
really?
anything that then you're just bloated and like full off of the 10 spiked seltzers you just had. It's just like a
You
lot.
say you get full and bloated off of drinking water? I don't know.
Carbonated water.
What is your drink of choice?
My drink of choice, probably like wine for just chilling, casual. I'm actually not a huge fan of beer, which the fact that I live in Colorado, it's such a beer state.
And you don't like the mountains or the snow?
I know. I don't really fit in here.
You already picked your next destination, didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, I'm on record being a big White Claw guy, but they are rated very high.
Yeah.
They are rated very high.
They're just a little. They're
It's
not.
like drinking tea.
You know what I like is the like artisan spike seltzers. I like the like microbreweries getting into the game.
Yeah.
I have had some at breweries because like I don't like beer and they don't have anything else except for spiked seltzer. So that's when I mostly have them, I think.
We need
Where-
Breckenridge Brewery to come out with the spike seltzer.
Yeah.
Who could we nickname it? Who would be the best nickname for a spike seltzer? It would be Thomas Welsh. It's too bad.
Yeah.
he's gone.
Dude, but like all I'm saying is the knucklehead branding would look pretty sweet on a spiked seltzer can. Just saying.
Oh, wow.
I want it. I want
Just
it.
floating that out into the universe.
All right, next one. Thursday.
I didn't know this was a real thing. Huh. I mean,
And if you were to ask people to rate days, Thursday would probably be like, I don't know, 4th.
right.
Out of 7, which is good.
It would not be
I'm
bad.
gonna say it's an underrated day.
Great answer.
Oh,
love that
great
answer.
I agree.
Great
You
answer.
redeemed
I'll put it in
yourself.
here.
Yeah.
What, do
Thursday
you
was
have a
my
reason for
favorite
that?
night to go out in college.
Did I have
Thursday.
a favorite
Thursday?
night
Oh,
to
yeah.
go to college? Okay, so it's funny because so I went to Gonzaga, and on Thursdays, this is the only place you'd go on Thursdays, and it's the only night that you would go. Like there was this place called Star Bar. Every other night of the week, creepy. You don't want to go there. Kind of suspicious. No, but only on Thursdays. It's like that's the only. If you're not there on a Thursday, you don't know what you're doing.
You're a creep.
Yeah, right. Karaoke, $5 Long Island iced teas. I mean,
No, yeah, we had the same thing in Boulder. You only went to Absinthe House on Thursdays.
right.
Saturday,
I always forget Harrison's roots.
He'll remind you. You never forget him for long. Bagels.
Eagles. Ooh.
Whoa.
Get this one right.
This is a crazy list. We're really learning a lot about Kendra.
I like bagels, but I don't.
I feel like we're really getting to know Kendra through
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, I would think.
I mean, I feel like bagels are pretty popular. But I'll say they're underrated. Like I'm a huge bagel.
Oh,
Great answer.
Great
Great
answer.
answer.
Great
Terrible
answer.
answer. Terrible answer.
So
Just
diverse.
boot Adam. Just boot
You
Adam.
can have it for breakfast, for lunch. You can have it with like a sandwich, as a toast. I mean,
It's chewy bread is what a bagel
It's just
is.
bread.
It's
Yeah,
chewy
it's
bread.
bread.
It's chewy bread.
Have you guys been to Rosenberg's or Moe's?
Yeah. Here's why you guys don't like bagels, because you're from Denver.
You're probably buying bagels from like King Supers or something.
Yeah.
Go to Rosenberg's
else
or
would you
go
buy
to Moe's.
This is
Enjoy
like this is the most-
a fresh baked bagel.
No, dude, a breakfast sandwich from a bodega in the Northeast is better than any of your green chili.
I've
stuff.
had all of the, you know,
Sorry,
breakfast
I don't
sandwiches
know where that
I've had in
came
the
from.
Northeast. I've had so many breakfast sandwiches in the Northeast. It's still just chewy bread. I don't know
Oh,
what to say.
dude, terrible take.
Yeah,
Not
I
surprising, but
I'm way with Kendra on this.
All right,
Yeah.
Kendra.
I
Dog.
get so much hate for this.
Oh god! Oh god!
Oh, God.
good start.
Oh, this was an underhanded softball team.
This was like
Wow.
a layup. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
They're overrated.
Oh, that's too bad. Okay, all right. We had fun while she was here.
Sorry, I don't dislike dogs, but I don't like dogs. Like I know everyone probably thinks I'm like a monster of a
I
human
do.
being right
Yeah.
now. Like, I'm sorry. I'm
Is it-
a cat person. I am 100% a cat person.
Would you say it's like a hole in your heart or like a darkness in your soul? Like what?
Tell you what, Who's the character ultimately lie?
I don't know. I was always like terrified of dogs growing up.
Ah, there it is.
Scared me, and I'm not scared of them anymore, and I don't mind them. Like I like to play with them and like I'll hang out with them, but I don't like when they're too jumpy on me, and I don't like that. Like they're oh man, yeah, I will never.
So you-
Kendra, the Athletic is hemorrhaging money as I'm watching this
Yeah.
rock as you give
You have like 4 Twitter followers left.
I do have to say, in Kendra's defense, until you've owned a dog, that other people's
Yeah.
dogs can be a
That's a
little
good
bit
point.
much.
That's a good take.
Very odd.
Yeah,
But the second you own one, you're like, oh, it's all worth it. All
maybe.
that crap.
My neighbor, I hope she can't hear me, but I live underneath someone who owns a very annoying dog. And so I think
I can't hear you. Can you talk a little
Yeah.
louder?
a very sour taste in my mouth right now because it's like, man, it causes a lot of anger in my life.
Oh, actually, somebody 2 doors down from us just got a puppy. No joke. The entire hallway smells like pee. No joke.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. It's like there's like some big time drama about to happen in my hallway.
Well, dude, just like go outside or hang out at a bar or something until it passes.
yeah.
All right, last one here. Oh, let me hide this comment now before I go to it. This one you got to get right. This one. It's a tough one though. I think it's controversial. Spring.
Well, I mean, I don't know how I feel. I don't know how other people feel about it. I mean, I love spring. So
Where does it rank on the seasons? Fascinating discussion we have here.
All right, I'll shout a season at you. You say better or worse. Okay? Fall.
Ooh,
Then
Fall's the
spring.
number one season.
Yeah,
Fall is
that's a
the
good
number
take.
I love fall. I think
Fall's my number 2.
I think spring is probably like, well, I guess that's really my third on the list, but it goes between second and third. I'm in between summer and spring, but I don't like it when it gets too hot in the summer, but I like it when it's like really pretty in the spring and everything's blossoming and, the snow's gone. It's all that
Yes,
stuff.
spring's my third. I go summer, fall, spring, winter.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, you did a miserable job there.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Your Q score just
Your
plummeted.
Q score is really, really low at the moment. But you know what? You did the best you could, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna play a new game here. We got time for it. Kendra, do you want to challenge Brendan or Harrison to today's game? You don't have to participate. You just have to pick a horse that you think will win.
Oh, Harrison.
Go ahead and share your screen, Harrison. Share your screen.
right.
Open up a tab with Wikipedia to Nikola Jokic. We're going to play 6 Degrees of Nikola Jokic. Oh, we got Cade Walker in the chat. We're going to put him in here. Hey, Cade, you're on.
How's it going?
We can let you go next. So how this game is
Can
going
you
to
guys see my tab?
Now we can.
Okay.
Harrison is going to have exactly 60 seconds to try to navigate his way using only links from Nikola Jokic to Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon.
Not yet, Harrison. You can start to plan out your strategy, but you can only use links. You cannot Google. You can't type anything in. You can just click on links. You have 60 seconds to try to connect Jokic to Kevin Bacon. This is going to be tough.
Wow.
Very, very tough. Are you ready, Harrison? Do you have your strategy in place?
No.
Great start.
All right. I think there's like no chance he gets this. Okay. On your mark, get set, and go.
Oh gosh,
Where's he going?
Where are we going first?
He's just
Where are we going
scrolling
first?
Philadelphia?
Philadelphia.
Is that where he's trying to get to? Is this a slow internet connection going to slow Win down?
Okay, all right. We go on the 76ers page.
You've already
Unclear the
wasted
strategy.
15 seconds. There's no strategy here.
Is he from Philadelphia? That's the
I
only
can't
question.
wait for Harrison to get booed.
Oh, that's going to
Okay,
be the
all right.
best.
Climate.
Kate, while you're waiting, you might want to pull up a Google Chrome tab of Nikola Jokic's
Nikola
Wikipedia page.
All right.
Do we have an official time?
Oh, is there
How
not
we
like
go? Oh, yeah.
people of importance from Philadelphia?
15 seconds left. When you didn't even get close. You
Oh.
only clicked on 2 links. Notable people. You are so
Really sad.
Benjamin Franklin.
This
Sad
is
performance.
really sad. Really, really sad. 5 seconds. Where are we
Sorry,
at?
I thought I had something there.
Are we in Chinatown?
No, we didn't. We never got past Philadelphia.
Oh, you
We're
are
still-
out of here.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Peace.
He is out of here. All right, Kate, do you have your screen opened to the Nikola Jokic Wikipedia page?
I do.
All right, go ahead and hit. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to have to follow these instructions very carefully, okay?
Very careful.
Very, very carefully. You're going to click on share screen at the bottom there. Then when it pops up, you're going to go to Google Chrome tab or whatever, and then click on the tab that is the one you want.
We're going to give you very specific instructions with words like whatever and something. In there.
Let's see if you did this. Oh, you did it correct. Well
did
done.
it. Oh my God. You followed very good instructions.
So in honor of Kendra, you are going to have to navigate from Nikola Jokic to the University of Gonzaga.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Got it.
Yeah. I
Go.
know exactly what I want to do.
Think
Oh,
about
you
it.
already got touched. Go. You're on the clock. You're wasting time. You're 4 seconds into
Okay,
the.
let's see here.
He's got a strategy and everything. He says his strategy is
Yeah.
scrolling Jokic's Wikipedia.
I got a
What's
strategy. I
the
just can't find my link.
On the first
All right,
link.
let's go to.
Kendra makes it off of Nikola Jokic. That would be
Oh man.
never be fighting back. Good.
Okay. Let's see if I can do this quick
You
enough.
got to go with your gut, not your brain, bro. Come on. Have you never played this before?
I don't even know where you would go from here.
You got to go. I have.
This is really bad. 20 seconds. Maybe it's impossible. Maybe there is no 6 degrees of Nikola
I
Jokic.
know how I could do this.
I think I have an idea, but I don't know if you could get to it off of the
Oh my gosh, where is?
page.
Oh, I got to the ABA. That's why I was trying to go to the ABA. That's wonderful.
Oh, this is terrible. You got 2 seconds,
Yeah.
Kate.
Boot him. Boot his ass. See you, Kate.
Where's
Thanks
the
for hanging,
Grizzlies? I need
bro.
Brandon.
Man, it was fun, bro. It was fun. Wait, where's Kate's stream? How do we kick that one off? All right, we're gonna bring in a new guest, Justice.
What's
you're
up,
on,
brother?
you're on, dude.
All right, I was trying to put my headset in so it wouldn't sound bad. So I wasn't aware of the game you were playing. So.
Look at Justice's shirt. He's got the fun guy.
Kawhi Leonard.
You look just
Love
like
it.
him, too.
No,
Do you get that a lot?
striking resemblance.
Sometimes.
So, Justice, where are you from?
I'm from Oklahoma City.
Nice, brother.
How are you a Nuggets fan? Or are you a Nuggets fan? Or are you just
No.
I'm getting Zoom bombed.
My dad's military, and I used to live in Cheyenne, Wyoming when I was a kid, and I was a big AI fan. And then as soon as he dipped from the Nuggets, I was like, he's about to like travel everywhere. So I was like, I'll just stick with the Nuggets because
I like that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I've been a Nuggets fan since probably like 2007, but I didn't really start following them till after Carmelo got traded. So
We have a comment here that says you have a nice headboard, so take that for
Oh, thank
It
you.
is a nice headboard.
a really nice comment there, David. Thank you. That was sweet of you to say.
We should name the show Justice Has a Nice Headboard.
So, which Nuggets team is your favorite? Is it the Iverson era Nuggets?
No, it's the 57 win team. I think 13 when we lost to Golden State.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Kind of reminded us about that at the beginning of the show.
I think we would have like done well in the playoffs if Gallinari didn't get hurt. Like what was it last game? Of the season?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Kendra, lucky. You got lucky.
Hey man, sometimes being lucky is good.
That's true.
I
That
love
is
that.
true.
I love that every memory that somebody brings up in the show, it just turns into pain for me. Like it doesn't matter what era, our best team. It's like, oh my god, what could have been.
All right. Well, Justice, it's your lucky day. You get to compete today on the steps. Everybody.
Oh,
It's either going to go really well or really terribly for you.
Well, great news. You have the help of Kendra today because she's a guest and she's watching you. She can help you out if she happens to know the answer. She might not know the answer, but if she does know the answer, she can be your secret weapon.
Okay.
Are you familiar with how the
sound?
So, Justice, I don't know if you're familiar with the game, but the way it works, I'm going to give you 5 trivia questions. If you get those 5 right, you win a sticker pack, a DNVR sticker pack. But you can risk it to try to answer 5 more questions. If you get that right, you get a free T-shirt, DNVR shirt. And if you want to risk that, get 5 more questions right, you get a lifetime subscription to DNVR. Are you ready to play?
Yeah, sounds good.
Eric, do we have nervous music there?
No, we don't. No, we don't. I thought you were going to play that. Boy, this is
Well, you dropped the ball. All right.
Live production, baby.
Also, everybody in the chat, cool down. We don't need anybody ruining it.
Yeah.
I'm not looking.
Look at,
All right, there we go.
I
Respect
think
it.
there's probably a way for me to disable comments. I just don't know how. So whatever. All right. Question number 1. Which former Nuggets player had the nicknames Mr. Big Shot, smooth, and the king of Park Hill?
Chauncey Billups.
That is
Yes.
correct.
Hey.
Great answer.
Yeah, let's go.
Number 2, who were the Denver Nuggets playing against when the 2019 season was canceled?
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
Oh, I remember. I was watching it too. Do you remember?
Do you
Kendra?
remember, Kendra?
Yeah, she can
I
help
think
me.
I do.
Oh, you're both gonna get
Can I
exposed.
say it? Do I just say
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, you can say it. Tell him.
The
He does.
Nuggets.
Because then he
has to
he
agree
has to
or
accept
disagree, but
it.
you can help him.
Do I just
Yeah.
say it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Dallas Mavericks.
Oh yeah, it was on ESPN. Yeah, the Mavericks. Thank you.
All right. Well done, Kendra. Coming through. Look at
Kendra.
Thank you.
You're
Yeah.
gonna have to share your stickers with Kendra, I think. So, what number does Jamal Murray wear?
27.
That is correct.
Now,
Number
what's the square root of 27?
I don't know that.
Where did Jamal Murray attend college?
University of Kentucky.
That is correct. He's on a roll. This one right. Get this one right, Justice, and you are going to win a
Wow.
sticker pack. A little pressure here. This
boy.
one's before your time. In 1994, the Denver Nuggets became the first 8 seed in NBA history to upset the 1 seed. Who was the number 1 seed in the Western Conference?
Supersonics.
Hey, he got it. Everybody, he has made it to step 1.
Let's go. I want to
Yeah,
give
dude.
out a shirt. Come on.
I
Eric,
got
your
you.
soundboard.
That guy yesterday should have got a shirt. I can't believe he forgot it was Nurkic. The
I
trade.
know.
I know.
no,
He
it was
should have had it.
It was his birthday too.
Oh, that's
If
terrible.
ever there was a day. All right, number 6. Or actually, I'm sorry. Do you want to keep the sticker pack, or do you want to try
Yeah,
to
come on,
No,
bro.
no,
Don't
no,
be
no,
presumptuous.
There we go. He knows.
Oh,
We're in
Keep
he's
quarantine.
a fun guy.
We're in quarantine. We gotta keep it going.
Yeah, I'm legitimately scared for the first person who keeps the sticker pack. They're gonna have something bad coming for them.
I would absolutely. I would just take that dub and move
It's a
on.
bad omen.
All right. In 2018, the Denver Nuggets were eliminated from playoff contention after losing the final game of the regular season. Who did they lose to?
The Timberwolves.
Let's go.
That is correct.
Steely cold.
That is
Craziest game I've ever been at.
He was like annoyed at how easy the question was. The Nuggets selected 3 players in the first round of the 2016 NBA draft. Name all 3 players.
Murray, Wancho, Malik. You have to name their whole thing.
Well, you got. I mean, you got
Yeah,
their.
I think you got it. I think you got it.
Yeah, no, go back and do first and last.
All right.
Well done. Well done. Number 8. Who is the all-time leader in Denver Nuggets history in assists? In total assists?
Oh,
Oh, no. He's getting so close.
that is a toughie. Ooh.
I don't even know if I know this.
I don't think I'm looking it up right now.
Oh, everybody's looking it up.
Yeah. And I'm gonna make fun of you if you don't get it too.
Do I get a hint at all if like nobody knows? Like
No.
this decade.
No justice in the steps.
He was good. He was good at
You
basketball.
might have to take a stab.
Fat Lever. Is that it?
Oh,
He's out of here. That's a good guess, actually. That was a decent
Oh,
guess.
such a good try. Such a good try. The answer you were looking for was Alex English.
Oh,
What a
man, I
tough
was
phrase.
thinking that, but I didn't know if that was.
Yeah, because you think of Alex English as a scorer, you know?
No,
There
that's
was
what
a
I-
really good guess, Fat Lever, number 2. So that was a really, I believe, number 2. I could be wrong about that, but
Yeah. That was a good guess. That was a good guess.
That's the
Exactly.
thing, man. The answer's always Alex English.
answer's always
When
well,
in
that's
doubt.
what, hey, so we have one person who's made it to number 9. 2 people have made it to number 8. A person number 7. It's tough, man. The steps are tough. The steps are really, really tough, man. You don't get that.
As if they're unwinnable.
Dude, he was close. He was composed. He was
Yeah,
calm.
he was
He was ready to
He
go.
was.
He was
Do
legitimately.
you guys
a fun
do you
guy.
guys know who number 7 on the Nuggets all-time leaderboard for assists is?
Nikola Jokic.
It is
Wow.
Nikola Jokic.
I
Number
would've
7.
Plus that headboard.
I really want Jokic to have all the, I want him to be number one on all of those, especially games played. That would be the best.
You just need basketball to come back. That's pretty much your biggest barrier.
Yeah, that's his biggest roadblock. Kendra, what do you think of your first time in the Madhouse?
I've been waiting for this. We've been talking about it for so long, so it was a good time.
Yeah, well, you were awesome. You were also a help. You saved it. He almost went out at number 2, so you saved him.
I remember at first I was like, I think it was Dallas, and then I remembered Mark Cuban's reaction to when it got canceled, and I was like, that was definitely it.
I will never forget that it was Dallas that they were playing. Like, that's something I'll remember for the next 30 years, probably.
Yeah, I believe that about you.
You also wrote a story about it, several stories about it. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks so much, everybody who tuned in. This was a lot of fun. Special thanks to Kendra of The Athletic. Check out her work. Fantastic writer, fantastic person. We always would. It's good to see
decent person. She lost some credit tonight. Yeah, let's keep it.
Dog hater.
I know.
Thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night at 9. Adios.